folks. Yeah. Okay, we're off this morning. I was going to say this afternoon or whenever. Remember this, folks? Nah. We're going to be whittling away at this. Where's my knife? Oh, it's in my pocket. Where else should it be, eh? Okay. Okay. We're going to be trying to make a paddle out of this. Because some of you have taken the canoe to the lake, up the creek. You got to the lake, we're going fishing, and you didn't have a paddle. So more or less you went up the creek without a paddle, eh? So, what better thing to do than take a chunk of tree and you make yourself a paddle on the shore. Anyways, hey, just to occupy some time when I whittle away at this with my knife. I don't know if we'll ever get a paddle made out of this, eh? Seems like a long process. I've seen some guys on the internet make some. Well, not a paddle. I seen them make an axe handle. But the more I do this, and I just started, eh? The more I do this, the more I feel like buying them is a good deal. Hey, we're off to the races. Talk about work, eh? We're in Acapulco, me and the wife. And remember the other day I talked a little bit about this? Well, we were going down the sidewalk, and do you call that a caveat? It's a pretty big word for. Anyways, yeah. We were going down the. What was I gonna say? I don't even know what is this problem. Oh yeah. I wanted to tell you, like all these little stories I tell, eh? Some people in there are saying that I have writers here, eh? That write these stories and then I just poof them out, eh? And they're all true stories too, eh? So remember that. Why? Because I tell you they are. You can trust me. Do you trust me? Okay, back to Acapulco. We're walking down the main stretch down Acapulco Bay. Let's say, I don't know if they do call it Acapulco Bay. You know, the first section is a public beach where all the natives are. And then you get into the ritzy hotels. But anyways, we're walking down the boulevard and I look and there's a big hotel complex being built. And those of you that have never been into these countries, eh? I'm looking, it's all sand, eh? And there's guys digging, they got shovels. They don't hire a shovel like we understand when you're going to build a big building, eh? These guys are all with shovels. There's little five-gallon buckets, steel buckets, eh? And a few wheelbarrows, but mostly 5-gallon buckets. The guys put the buckets on their shoulders and they haul the sand to the outer perimeter of where the building's going to be built. This is high-rise buildings, eh? Not just and then I see a few of these little mixers, eh? They have a pile of cement, but just the old mixers, eh? Mixing the cement. And they're 5-gallon or wheelbarrow jobs again, and they're making forms and they're pouring that in and they're not digging deep, they're digging maybe 4 or 5 feet, eh? But the foundations are, like, you wonder, eh? When they have an earthquake, eh? Why these buildings all fall down, eh? It's because they're built haphazardly, you could say. They have a different way of doing things. But in my mind, when I seen that, I said, if I had enough money I'd buy a cement plant with cement trucks, and I'd buy a cement pump. Yeah, can you imagine? Would have put 1,000 guys out of work. I would have got killed, I'm sure, because they don't want that. It's manual labor. Eh? Well, I'm sure that I'm talking goes back a few years, maybe 30 years ago. They probably have shovels and a real like a mechanical shovel and not just a manual type of shovel. And they have I hope they do. They have cement trucks, probably all recycled cement trucks from the States, and they send them down there after, when they're all done. They can't be licensed for the road no more in America, so they send them to Mexico. And anyways, it's just a thought I had when I seen that. Talk about work. I gotta tell you another one. Talk about work. With Acapulco, I think it was called the Hilton, where we were. I don't remember. Ooh, the light looks funny on my truck, eh? Right there. Anyways, yeah, all the time we were there, I'd come out of the lobby every morning, and I'd go for a little walk, and there's two guys on the sidewalk. There's a chunk of sidewalk about, maybe 7 feet long by about 5 feet wide. Well, one guy had a pin, a chisel, but it was a pin, a big iron pin, but that size. Okay, it was round and it was sharp at the end. Okay, and he'd hold it with his feet and his hands, eh? And his buddy had a sledgehammer, and the sledgehammer was made like the handle wasn't made out of a normal handle like we have, eh? The handle was a branch they had got somewhere, and they stuck it in the hole, so it wasn't too straight. And then he'd take swings and they'd be chipping this. I guess the sidewalk wasn't good enough, or it was cracked or something, and they had to redo it, eh? I was there, me and my wife, for 2 weeks. And it took them, and they weren't even done yet. Took them 2 weeks to chip, like, the 2-3 swings at it, then they stop and they talk, eh? 2-3 more swings, and then they change, eh? Like, the guy on the sledge wasn't always on the sledge, he'd go on the pin, and the other guy, and I guess it was hot, eh? And they'd stop for their siesta, eh? Around noon there, and you'd see them around 2 o'clock start over again, eh? But they'd work till 6 at night, and they'd hear that clink. From where our apartment was, we were kind of high, maybe 9th, 10th floor, but on the front, so I couldn't see them, eh, from the balcony, but I could hear it. I could hear the sledge on the pin clink, clink, and well, you could probably fall asleep between shots, eh? It was incredible, eh? But I guess they got it done, eh? Like everything gets done with time, eh? Well, it didn't get done while we were there, but I went afterwards. A few years after, I went back, and it was poured, so they got it done somehow. They don't have the same pace we do, like work-wise. Even you go in the southern states, and because of the heat, I understand that. And people aren't all fired up, and maybe it has to do with the wages you get paid too. When you get paid $1 an hour or something like that, you're not gonna run. I don't know how much these guys were getting paid, eh? In Mexico, I don't know if they have minimum wages. But anyway, whoa, hey! I was supposed to whittle as I'm telling the story, eh? You know the old woodland trick there? See that? Ooh, uh-oh. And another thing too, well, I know I'm, ooh, that's a big chunk, eh? Like, I'm not what you call a professional woodler, eh? Because, I don't know what I'm doing, you could say. But, hey, who cares? As long as this project here, as long as I get done for spring, because this is going to be more of a summer thing, this paddle. Well, usually a paddle is anyways. It's more of a summer thing than an autumn thing, eh? But we at least have the shape. But maybe we're going to run out of stories before we get the paddle done. Hey, you know what? The important thing here, folks, the important thing is we're having fun. And I don't know if you guys are, but I am having fun in here. So, as usual, if you're not subscribed, do so if you want. Not going to cost you anything. YouTube doesn't, and they won't send you piles of literature in your mailbox or whatever. Like, there's no strings, not that I know of anyways, unless there is nowadays. But in the days when I signed up, you have to sign up in order to make comments in there. You have to sign up, but signing up doesn't cost more than signing up, you know. Like, there's nothing attached to that, not that I know of anyways. But and then you can make comments, and you can make your own little videos too, eh? It's always nice to see some new faces in there with new ideas. There's some that are, you could call them, maybe some people say that of me, some characters in there that are kind of special, eh? Hey, talk about special. We had our Christmas pickles and they're all gone, eh? I guess my son didn't heed the warning, eh? Well, that's it. The kids these days, they don't care much about the old guys. But that's it for today. That's your daily story in Gator's historic garage or antique garage or museum. This is more, yeah, most of the stuff I have is over 50 years old, so this is like a museum in here, eh? I just glanced that way and I see the shelves and all this stuff, and woo, it makes me dizzy, eh? Okay, folks, that's it. We're getting to, I'm gonna close the knife for today. This paddle may take from here to spring before it's done, eh? Okay, I close the knife for today, folks. So happy to see you in here. You're welcome to come back for the next one. It's gonna be, oops, hang on. I'm gonna go through my stories, and have no fear. When these stories are done, there's more. Okay, and they're all true stories too, eh? Don't forget that. Okay, I salute you all, and we'll see you in the next one.